Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Jeff Oliverio, and let's queer up gay culture. Brooklyn Brewery skips Pride ads to fund trans New Yorkers. As big brands back away from LGBTQ Pride, one New York brewery is stepping in with action, not just rainbow logos. Brooklyn Brewery, the official beer partner of New York City Pride for the past 3 years, is trading its usual Pride ads for something far more impactful: direct financial aid to transgender, non-binary, and two-spirit New Yorkers. The new initiative, called Brooklyn Brewery Supports, will distribute $25,000 in no-strings-attached funds, that's $1,000 each to 25 individuals, to help with essentials like housing, food, and healthcare. President Robin Ottaway told The Advocate, quote, "This year, it felt more urgent than ever to shift from symbolic participation to something that offers real, practical help," end quote. While Brooklyn Brewery will still march and celebrate this June, its dollars are now going directly to the community, a bold move at a time when others are pulling out. The brewery is partnering with Angelica Christina, a board member of Stonewall Gives Back initiatives, to select recipients through December 2025. Anyone over the age of 21 living in New York City who identifies as trans, non-binary, or two-spirit can apply or be nominated by a friend. Ottaway adds, quote, "We hope the money offers some breathing room, a chance to ease immediate stress around basic needs like housing, food, or healthcare," end quote. Positive story in the face of Pride Month, when we've been bombarded by the stories of people pulling back and coming out of the community. And I think it's a good model to look at because, again, as someone who runs a Pride event, we certainly need dollars supported from organizations as well. But it's also a great idea for the Pride organizations to find ways that sponsors can do something that is a direct give back. We're fortunate with the Hollywood LGBTQ Council. We do have community action that we're doing internally that helps fund, the work of Pride, helps fund some of that work. And we try to tie those things together. But I think these type of initiatives are really powerful because it's not just like sponsor Pride to have a party. Right. It's about sponsor Pride because our community needs it.
Yeah. And they often don't get that is the reason, one of the reasons I imagine that this model doesn't get, of course, as much traction is that they don't get as much credit for it, right? Like that is
absolutely.
And so it takes a lot. I'm always a cynic about everything, but especially about rainbow corporatism and this kind of phenomenon. But to me, this is exactly the kind of things we need to see more of, right? Like that is it's going directly to the hands of people who need them. And now I love Brooklyn Brewery, I'm sure I loved you before. I don't know. I'm sure I drank you before. And but that, to me, this is a really powerful alternative to drink, go to Gay Pride and see Smirnoff or something, whatever. That our culture looks like a lot of different things, but at the core, it's activism.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those examples of local as opposed to national, and maybe more local
community oriented.
Stood up and a toast to Brooklyn Brewery.
Recently, right before Pride, the LGBT Chamber, Jason Nunez, I'm calling you out, actually had Stacey Lentz and Kurt Kelly.
I saw
the
that.
Two owners. They're two of the four owners of the Stonewall Inn that came here, and she was actually the Grand Marshal in our Pride. But it was fascinating because she told the story of how Brooklyn Brewery created Stonewall Inn beer label for them, so they're partnering with it. So this brewery is stepping up, and we need some more yet to do that. Yeah, we need to find a way to start partnering in those areas.
Absolutely.
Like the direct funding part too, it's very effective, right? Like you have the community, the community, sometimes they need help, right? Like members of our community are not always, rich or, like well off, so I mean, it's great that Brooklyn Brewery is stepping up and giving that direct funding that like instead of going through 2 or 3 hands or, kind of like a larger festival, which we love the parties, we love, we love the pool parties, but, it's nice to have that direct, support, where it's needed.
Well said, y'all. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.